Welcome back to my illegal waifu simulator. Splatoon 3 are more commonly known as Squid Game, the family-friendly Nintendo game where you can ink your friends without anyone turning an eye. We must first create our avatar either between a squid or an octolink, and having a little buddy that you can seemingly give the Karen cut to. After choosing our fit, we make it to the new city, the Splatlands, and oh shit! Hey kid, you wanna go on an adventure? Don't I have a restraining order on you? Other than good old Cuttlefish trying to grope us into another adventure, first things first is the news. Normally be a contest between sips with the announcers, but they have added one more this time. Big Man! And as any self-respecting male, Big Man is my favorite. Exploring this new city is quite fun, and finally seeing the only real function of Miiverse. Now, every time we do try to go into a shop or even do salmon run, we are told we have no bitches and need to get fresh. After being told we have no bitches by multiple people, our only thought is to go online. After getting roasted, we hop on the 4v4 online splat battles. Nothing really much has changed from Splatoon 1 and 2. The online is about the same. The modes are very similar from Splatoon 2. It's really just the maps that have changed. The new weapons such as the Splat Katana and bow are really cool, but I feel like they get overshined by the older weapons. Like the Splat Katana, I feel less like the storm that is approaching and more like a wet noodle. Now, the only new mode I could think of was from the Splatfest, the tri-color battles. And as a big man scissor enthusiast, I have a pure disdain for these because I know we lost our victory because of those bullshit. Now, after achieving level 4 and getting some bitches and becoming fresh, we can finally shop at stores. Our first stop is to get some drip, and our helpful vendors get us the fresh fit. And we can also go to Sheldon and buy some guns, but unfortunately, he still doesn't know when to shut up. The convenience store is a new store though, where you can buy stuff for your locker. And finally, we can go back and do salmon run with Mr. Grizz. I wonder why he hates these little salmon so much. After exploring the town and becoming fresh, I get the sudden urge to go see what Cuttlefish is up to. What could possibly go wrong? As always, the great Zapfish was stolen. Our little buddy, who is actually important now, helps us throughout the story mode. There's this so-called ooze everywhere, and if we touch it, we become a furry. Unfortunately, with orbs and our little buddy, he can eat those ooze like nothing. Now with Cuttlefish, we explore these lands, try to find the great Zapfish, and oh, there he is, DJ Octavio. Now we thought he stole the great Zapfish, so we fight him as always, and he's a pushover, dies easily, and then... Oh, after falling down that hole, the real story mode can begin. Seeing our old friends, the Squid Sisters, and our character from Splatoon 1. This is a weird fucking feeling. The story mode's a mix of the Octo expansion and the previous story modes of Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. Now the train conductor is long gone. Instead we have this AI orca whale. If we even think about failing, oozes us with this pink goo. The early levels are quite brain dead easy, but the later ones get quite challenging. Now, as any good video game, masochism is encouraged. The more challenging you pick in each level, like weapon-wise, the more orbs you get. Take this bow level for example. Using the bow nets you 2,000 orbs, but is a lot more painful. Off the hook are the announcers, kind of act as a rival group here. They're only really after treasure, and as you learn later, it was for a good reason. Of course it was. But every time you beat them, they fly off like Team Rocket. Now, Cuttlefish has been kidnapped, and we don't know where he is exactly. But after clearing the story mode a little bit, we learned Mr. Grizz is behind all this. Wait a minute. You said I had no bitches. This is personal now. After finding Mr. Grizz, we learn his plan to use all the ooze to turn everybody into a furry. So,
Why, you may ask? Money, of course.
You know how much money I can make from fursuits? These furries are crazy. I can make
Now, following Mr. Grizz as he goes to space to suicide rocket down to Earth to again turn everybody into furry, our little buddy to ooze him with the orbs so we can eventually defeat him. Now, after that, he's like, alright, screw it, I'm just gonna blow up the Earth. Our little buddy with the power of all marine life turns into a giant kaiju salmon. What the actual fuck am I looking at? And with DJ Octavion's help, we can suck up and vacuum a giant bear from ooze. I never thought I could say that in one sentence. Splatoon 3 is quite a fun game. With the online and story mode, I can really see this game being top on Nintendo's list. I do wish they kind of updated the online a little bit more, but hey, that's just me.